Yo, what up, folks? How y'all doing out there, man? Top of the morning. It's nice and sunny, so I'm gonna get some working in the shop. But I just took the time to show y'all a new tool that I just got in the mail. But I'm gonna try it out on this vehicle that's sick. It's a 2019 Hyundai Tucson 1.6 turbo with a dual clutch. We got a clutch problem. We got an engine problem. We also got a suspension problem. But I'm not going to talk about it right now because I like to discuss this tool that I just got in the mail from this company called Eucleia. Right? So this is a Tabscan T6, the J2534. It's basically a J-box, a pass-through. Right? It handles a CAN FD and also the diagnostic over the internet protocol. So let's say you would like to diagnose a car, but you don't have cash to buy a big scan tool. You could just purchase this and get the OEM software on your laptop, and you could diagnose and do things that the dealership does. So in this video, we're gonna just show you exactly what's in the box, and I'm gonna put it on this vehicle as well to show you exactly how I use it on my laptop. Okay, so let's see exactly what comes in the box. Open it. It's just a simple box, real small. So you got the user guide. Well, we gotta look through this, right? And here's the unit, nice and small. Just like a normal VCI that you get in your scan tool, right? So there you have it. Also, it comes with a USB to C cable that you gotta use to plug in to your laptop. There you have it. Okay, so let's see. All right, so we got a power indicator, it got a communication indicator, it got a Wi-Fi indicator, and probably internet. So once you plug this in on your laptop, you can do dealership stuff once you have the software. I reached out to the company and they said they don't supply the software, but you gotta find some other means to get access to it. But let's see exactly how this bad boy works on this 2019 Tucson. Alright, so what we have here is the company, Eucleia. Alright, so we're going to go on to the driver download. And we're going to look for the drivers for this tool that I have here, which is the T6 model. So they also have apps and stuff like that, so you can check it out. But what I gotta do is go into the driver, and we gotta download the one that says the TABSCAN PC management tool. Alright, so once we have that, I gotta install it onto the laptop, okay, in order to use the tool. So while that's doing this thing, I'm going to let's talk a little bit more about this tool, man. And let me show you what exactly it can do. So as I mentioned before, once you have the OEM software on your laptop, which I do have a few, you can, use the VCI, right? Also, they have some others like the Elite and, the more high-end ones where you can use it for, let's see, Zentree, Ista, right? If you're working on Toyota, Techstream. I'm not seeing anything when it comes to Nissan so far, but you can, check it out. Go on their website, take a look at their stuff. They also have something for EV as well. And with that now, you can, move like a dealership, I guess. You could turn things on. You can clear codes, scan codes, the usual, and, get things done. I'm seeing something here for the endoscope. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Alright, they also have an app. You got reports. They got a scan tool as well. Okay, that's what's up. I wonder if I had to download the TABSCAN J25 one instead as well. So let's take that one just in case. It's that one I needed to download and not the PC management tool. Let's go in downloads, and what you gotta do next is you gotta install it on your laptop. So once it do this thing, I'm gonna probably use this one when it's finished downloading. it's still doing this thing. Right, that's why you gotta read instructions. Like, did not read the instructions. Oh yeah, that's the one you gotta choose. This one, the blue one. And you gotta go into more than run anyway. So let's close this off. And they're gonna ask you, yes, you like to do your thing, press next, create a shortcut, install. Alright, so with that now you gotta agree to this stuff, and now it's telling you how to connect. So I like to press OK. So that's where this cable comes in right here, the USB to the C. You gotta plug it into the back of the VCI and also into your laptop. So we have a port right here. So I'm expecting to see the power cable light up once I connect it to the car. So you just plug it into your dongle area and you plug it into your laptop. Alright, so we did that. So once I plug it into the laptop, it's basically looking to recognize. Let's put the key on. You gotta put the key on. And you gotta register the tool as well. So you can choose from different drivers, right? The reason why they give you that option, right? So you don't want to have too many drivers loaded onto one PC because they will have conflict with each other. So that's why they let you choose what you need. So I can do BMW, Ford, Hyundai, Kia, J2534, Honda, Mazda, what's it, Seik, Toyota, Volvo, and Volkswagen. Right, so if you're familiar with a J box, right, you see this is definitely a solid tool because what it does, it lets you choose the tool, well, the software that you need, and with that now you can get in and get out. Let me show you exactly where you can purchase this tool from. So you're going to go onto Amazon and you're going to type in TABSCAN T6 in the search bar, and with that you will see the J2534 Pass-Thru Programming for Diagnostic and Programming pops up. With that now you're going to get all the information that you need. It'll let you know that you can do ECU coding, ECU programming, and the models and the makes of what vehicles this tool can work on. We also got the price tag at $268 US, and operating system is on Windows 10, 11, and 7. Alright, it's corded electric, meaning that you do have to use the cable that comes with it to plug it into your laptop. Right, it also lets you know what protocols and stuff like that this tool can operate over. Right, let's see, it's easy to use. Right, you could go through all this. I'm not gonna read through all this, but I'm just showing you exactly where you can purchase it. All right, and then you know how long they've been in operation, well, the company, and you know, just give you a little insight of the vehicle brand and what is compatible with software wise, right? So if you deal with a lot of Volkswagen, you have Otis. If you have Ford, you have IDS, Forcan. You got tech screen for Toyota. You get Honda IHDS. All right. You also got Kia, and so on and so on. Tell you makes, model, year that it works on. It also let you know what the protocols are. Well, the pin compatibility for the 16 pin on the dongle. And as I mentioned, you can read through all this for yourself. It's really that simple. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use this on this said vehicle right here, because we have some work to be done on this car. We got to replace the clutch. So let me enter my password. Let's press login. Okay, so let's see exactly what we can do. So you gotta select the pass-through. So if you have numerous pass-through drivers on your laptop, it will show. but I only got one on this laptop. So you're gonna press OK or select. We're gonna open up. Well, you see it already tried to connect on its own. So I'm going to look for the make and model, which is the Tucson TL, which is the 2019, well 2018 in this case, 1.6. Okay, so with that now you have access to OEM diagnostic software. That's simple. Alright, so we can go into the engine. Alright, let's press OK. Matter of fact, we gotta go into engine this way. Alright, let's press OK. I'm just gonna wind the glass down because it's freaking hot in here today. Alright, that's much better. Okay, so let's blow this up. You see it's connecting. Let's open this up wider so you can see. Alright, so do we have a fault on this system? I'm not sure. But anyway, you see that the tool is connecting to the software. So we're going to press OK. So this is Hyundai, not Honda. This is a Hyundai OEM tool that I'm using right here to diagnose the vehicle. So we got no fault codes at all. But we do have a fault on the transmission, which I need to attack. So I'm going to show you exactly how you can use this tool to diagnose this dual clutch problem that we're experiencing. The customer said she was hearing a lot of noise coming from the engine bay, especially when she pulls off, and she'd like us to take a look at it. So we gotta check that out. And she also had the transmission temperature gauge on as well. So most likely we're gonna have a fault with the dual clutch, probably the actuator, or the clutch probably wear, I guess. So let's see exactly what percentage we have when we do a check using the tool, and we'll make our call from there and let the customer know exactly what needs to be done.